Bitcoin too big to fail or too big to succeed? That is the real question. Up until about, I'd say 12 hours ago, I was a firm believer in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as a whole and succeeding in what they are on an international level. But up until 12 hours ago until now, I've really contemplated the whole concept and where it truly lies in our economy right now, present day, and I don't think it fits into it quite well. There's just too much instability in the economy, and there's too much instability in Bitcoin as a whole. When anything can fluctuate from $1,200 down to $850, back up to $1,200, all the way down to $575 in less than 24 hours, really says something to me. It tells me that all Bitcoin really is a speculative market, and that its instability will continue to become even greater as time goes on. Now, where's it headed from where it's at right now? I mean, it could go up another $2,000 in the matter of a week or two, and that's not going to change anything. The underlying philosophy that it cannot succeed in such an unstable economy is highlighted in the fact that when a government releases a new rule or regulation that Bitcoin's not going to be traded, and then the currency just completely nosedives nearly 50% within 2 days, that's really saying something. Now, I saw an interesting video on YouTube by Peter Schiff, and he's a big time precious metal investor and holder, and he even has a company based on it. Look into it. And he came out with a video a few days ago entitled Gold versus Bitcoin. And in the video he talks about the intrinsic value of gold in comparison to the intrinsic value of Bitcoin. And he truly believes that there is zero intrinsic value in Bitcoin or even cryptocurrencies as a whole compared to gold. And now I have to disagree with that. I totally feel Bitcoin has intrinsic value in the fact that fees are a percentage of what the fees you pay for nowadays with banking, and how they go about executing trades and wires and transferring funds and whatnot. But Bitcoin, it's peer to peer. It's pretty straightforward and pretty simple. There's not much to it. That is intrinsic value. That is why it has gone from $100 to over $1,000 in less than a year. And it's just the major underlying issue surrounding why it can't work is because, let's face it, there's no money in it for governments, banks, and the powers that be as a whole. There is no, you can't create naked shorts or naked longs on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. You look at the silver market and the shortings on silver, and it's pretty intense. But when you get to Bitcoin, there is no shorting, there is no leveraging. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. So, with the way though geoeconomy is centered and running, there's just no room for Bitcoin. It's to me, it's truly ahead of its time. That's the main thing. Maybe in another 100 years, or maybe in in an economy that is stable and has actual non-crooked political figures in power, then yeah, the Bitcoin would be excellent. You know, they would be totally for it. I'm sure, but we don't live in that day and age.